You found the Live Local Marketing Podcast, where business owners share their knowledge about what's working in the market today. No fluff, just their experiences and stories from people who are making it happen. And if authentic, practical marketing resonates with you, be sure to visit livelocalwarmmarketing.com and learn to grow your business on warm marketing referrals. Now, on to the show. Welcome. Thanks for joining us again for another Live Local Marketing Podcast. Today, we have Graham Kuhn, who is a video expert bringing stories to local businesses and an opera singer. So we're gonna get into a lot of fun stuff with Graham today. So we're gonna start off with my the process and how it goes. Graham gets 2 minutes to talk about the various topics that we have off to the right-hand side. Once we get through, at the very end, he'll talk to you about his business and where to get a hold of him. So that way you can also tap into his knowledge and his expertise, especially this topic of video, where everybody wants and needs to learn a little bit more about video. So this is gonna be a great one. Graham, you all set, ready to go?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
All right, sir. Our first question is going to be, talk about a loss that turned out to be a win.
Yeah, man, it's really when I started my business, I had a day job doing music and video production at a huge church in Atlanta, but video was my side hustle, and it just got too big. People started calling from the church, who makes the videos? So long story short, at 45 years old, I quit my job that I loved, gave up the salary and the benefits, and I had a whole book of clients and $100,000 of contracts lined up between March and August, and we were set, dude. Last day at the job was March 13th, 2020. 3 days later, everything shut down. Within that week, all that $100,000 contracts went away. My wife's a stay-at-home mom. I've got 3 little kids at home. I didn't know what to do, man. So for like 2-3 weeks, it was just a dark place. But the condensed version is, over that year of 2020, I got to do such cool projects that I never would have done if it wasn't for that. I got to go to California and Texas and shoot for Nokia because they couldn't do their annual in-person conference. I was working in a Catholic church. I'd never been in a Jewish synagogue in my life. A friend of mine is Jewish, and he said, hey, man, we need to stream our high holidays, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. Can you do that? I ended up having a really cool experience of going to these Jewish high holidays and live streaming that. And so that was a super cool experience. And just by the end of the year, I had done 3 times in my business what I had done for salary at my previous job. And so by the end of the year, it turned out great. But throughout the year, and especially in the beginning, was terrifying. My wife is screaming at me to beg for my job back. And I'm like, I'm just not feeling that. We've got some money in the bank. I'm not feeling called to do. And I knew if I would go back to my day job, I wouldn't have the guts to take that leap again. Mm-hmm. And so we just powered through. But yeah, man, that was a terrifying time. But over the year, turned out to be an amazing, amazing year.
Wow, that's a brave story, man. That's a great way to start today. Holy smokes.
Oh, buddy, it was scary.
As an entrepreneur, then, would you say your best habit is?
My best habit is connecting with people. Like, I've tried to, and I mean, like, intentionally going to networking, intentionally showing up in my community. I had a business coach for a few years, and I wanted to kind of just sit in my office and like send out, 3,000 constant contact emails and post on social media. Like that was easy, dude. And he kept saying, dude, you're so good in person. You need to go meet people. And I'm like, man, then I got to get in the car. I got to go there. But as I've done that, and that was actually something that helped me get through, 5-6 years ago with COVID, was just showing up and being intentional with meeting people and wanting to serve people. And so I don't know if you call it a habit, but I mean, it's always top of mind, where how can I connect with people? What networking group can I go to? And I'm talking like legit relationship building referral networks. I'm not talking where you're going to sell to the people in the room and rub elbows. I'm talking like legit make relationships, because in the last couple of years, I have leaned so hard into making relationships and meeting people. And I actually randomly started a networking group. And when people come to it and you've got people in the room and there's that energy, and like, that is what I crave. And that's what's really benefited my business, is not Facebook ads, not emails to my mailing list, not social media. It's meeting people in person. And so I'm very intentional about, I want to have 2 coffee meetings this week with somebody new. I want to reach out. Like, I'm just that's what, so I love doing that, but also it really benefits my business. And I love serving people and meeting new people.
Did you say you accidentally started a networking group? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So we have a local Facebook group here that's got about 140,000 people in it. It's for our county, and it's called Cherokee Connect for Cherokee County. And I had posted on there about a really devastating story from 2024. 24 was a really rough year for my business. Lowest year I've had since I started. And I was like, I'm just going to be vulnerable. And for any other business owners out there, I'm going to tell my story and maybe people can relate. It might help them like, hey, push through, whatever. One guy reaches out to me, he goes, man, this really resonated with me. Let's go to coffee on Tuesday. So we go to coffee on Tuesday. We met at the next town over because he was in a different town. We met halfway and we were just vulnerable about things that suck as a business owner. And then we got done and he's like, man, we should do this every Tuesday, like hold each other accountable. I'm like, I'm down with that. This was great. And then he says, we should invite other people. So I made a post on that same Facebook group. I'm like, Ryan and I met, and if anybody wants to join us, and oh my gosh, people are like, I want to do it. I want to do it. I need this. Because we're like, no agenda. Just meet other business owners, talk about the messy stuff, talk about kids, talk about mental health, like whatever, just come have coffee. And like, so it just randomly happened like that. So there's no agenda. It's just, let's get together with people who can relate to this and just meet up and make relationships. Yeah. Accidentally, no intent.
Very hands-on, very hands. So, all right. So moving into the next one. So with video, especially, it can be very tedious. Editing, it's a heck of a process. At this point in your career, what stuff in your system do you still hands-on do yourself, and what things do you have hand off to a team?
Yeah, man. So when I started, of course, I was a one-man show, and so I was shooting and editing and sales and networking and all of that. In the last probably 3 years, one of my mentors who was in the video space, he's like, you need to unload editing. Like if you want to build a business, you need to unload editing. It's so tedious, so many hours, and you'd make more money meeting with people. So I offloaded editing a couple of years ago, and the amount of time that opened up was, and I don't love editing. I mean, I hate editing. A lot of guys in my position hate editing because it's so tedious. And let's move this clip here, move this clip here, where I'd rather spend that 4 hours meeting with people and having coffees and maybe, you know, doing some networking. Like it's just, that's how my business grows. So I've offloaded the editing. And then just this year, 2025, I've started hiring a crew to shoot with me. So I'm not really touching the camera anymore. And my life is so awesome. Like I basically, I show up and I basically run an interview with my clients because I do a lot of storytelling, authentic, interview them, get their story. So the crew gets there, they set up all the lights and the cameras. I'm just drinking coffee with the client, chatting with them, making them comfortable. And then they go, Graham, we're ready. We come up there, we do 30, 45-minute interview. I'm just having the conversation with them. The part I love about this. And I'm like, all right, we're done. And then the crew goes and shoots all the supporting footage, all the B-roll. I'm just talking to the client, relationship building. And then they break it down. They put the stuff away and we go home. They send me the raw footage. I send it to the editor. Then the editor sends it back to me and then we collaborate. But like, as far as touching stuff, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just doing the relationship stuff and running the business. And it's new to me. It's only been probably 8 months that I've been doing this, but dude,
got it.
So happy.
But because you got your hands dirty in the beginning, it made it so much easier at this point in your career because you know all the parts.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I am really anti micromanagement. Like I don't try to tell the editors, like I would do this unless they ask me, or the way that my crew shoots. They're better shooters than me. And awesome, dude. You know, I want to have better people around me. I'm not the king. I have no ego. I want the best product for the client. So if I have people that are better than me around me, I mean, win, dude.
That's awesome. All right. So next one, moving into, I'm going to pivot this question a tiny bit because I want to be self-serving. The best part about these interviews is I get a chance to ask my own questions. Yeah. So if you have somebody who's thinking about getting into video and they still want to make it part of their business and marketing, what's the best advice you have for them to get started? A quick break before we get to that next answer, because I know that answer is going to be brilliant, which is why I chose this moment to interrupt. If you love what you're seeing and you want to run your business off of warm marketing referrals, visit our website, livelocalwarmmarketing.com. It's got valuable resources, office hours, memberships, the book, an array of resources to help you get rid of cold calls, cold leads, door knocking, and run a business you can be proud of through referrals and warm marketing. Now, back to the show.
Well, the first one that I talk about all the time is just do it. It's such a cliche and it's such a platitude to say just do it, but really just start doing it. Whether it's you with your phone, whether you're going to hire a video company, whether it's your nephew who knows how to make Instagram reels, like, dude, just start. And when you start making content, like if I was recording content right now to do some like thought leadership stuff, you're going to suck at first. Like the first 20, 30 times you do it, you're going to suck at it like anything else, and just push through it. But my biggest advice to everybody is the gear doesn't matter. So many people get hung up with, well, I don't have a $5,000 camera. I don't have a $500 light. You don't need it, dude. You've got your phone in your pocket. It's one of the best cameras out there, dude. And that stuff resonates because it's real. It's authentic. It's not super polished. So my best advice is just freaking do it. And don't worry about if you have gear or not. You've got a phone with the camera. Don't worry about framing. Don't worry about it. It's the message. It's the content. It's the story. That's what resonates. Yeah, my studio's all nice because I know what I'm doing. I've got backlighting and all that, but that's just because I know what I'm doing. Yeah. It's not necessary. So I want to remove that hurdle or lower the barrier to entry to people where they're like, well, I don't have the equipment and I can't afford to hire a video company. Grab your phone, start talking about clients that you've helped, tell stories, like use your phone.
What platforms do you throw the stuff on there when you're done?
Most of the stuff that I do is for client websites. So they're, like the evergreen long form kind of brand story and testimonials. So, it'll be the landscape widescreen on the website. But then from that, because we're doing like authentic storytelling, question and answer kind of documentary stuff, we'll take that. We're getting to AI use, so I won't give it away yet. We'll take that long form and we'll pull clips from that and put that on the client or give it to the client. Like we don't manage their social media, but send them like cool little clips that they could put on social media, vertical and all that. But so they'll typically put it on the website, on YouTube. And that's kind of a differentiator in our space, in that I'm going to consult with them and help them use it and be like, here's best practices for YouTube and website. Otherwise, you send somebody a Dropbox link, they put a Dropbox link on LinkedIn, like here's our video, like bro. So helping them actually use it so that they can see a return on it, because that's my biggest driving force is if you're going to pay us, you better see a return on this. You better make at least as much as you paid us,
That's good. Excellent. Thank you. That's good. So yeah, we are moving into AI next one. So you already kind of alluded to it a little bit. So what are some of your best uses for AI right now?
Yeah, the easiest one that I alluded to is Opus Clip, which a lot of people use. I'm sure as a podcaster, you use it. And I fought it for a while because I'm really big on the story motion and the neuroscience that goes into how it connects with the brain and all that. So I was a bit of a purist, and I'm also 51, dude. Like I've forced myself to like lean into AI, in the last 2 years, I've gotten really serious about AI and I freaking love it. But yeah, I fought it. I tried another platform that did clips. I didn't love it. But then probably 6 months ago, I came back and tried Opus Clip because I've been doing a lot of these things, a lot of podcasts. Yes. I've been doing a lot of more long form stuff. And dude, it's really good. So I take a client's 45-minute interview, talks about who they are, why they do, what they do, how they're different. And then we put that into a 2-minute brand story video. You got like 40 minutes of raw footage they haven't used yet that probably doesn't fit in the brand video, but it'd be a great little soundbite. I throw that in an Opus Clip. You get 20, 30 clips that are ranked. This one's the best. This is a little lower. You can go in and edit it, caption, bro. So worth the whatever I pay for it. 20, 40 bucks a month, whatever it is. It's so worth it.
It is, yeah.
So Opus Clip. And then how I use ChatGPT and especially Claude. I really like Claude because I think it's a deeper thinker and doesn't get lost, but it's just to ideate ideas. If I'm because I'm big on making content and putting my face out on LinkedIn and people seeing me and hearing me, but it's not just BS, like commercials and things. I want to talk about stuff that's going to resonate with somebody and help them. So I'll hop into ChatGPT or Claude AI and just be like, give me 10 topics from video production company that would benefit a viewer, a chief marketing officer and whatever. And it'll give me 10 ideas. And then I can go from there, have it write the script, and then I can Graham it up. I would never take a script and read it word for word the way it is. Please don't do that.
Terrible.
Please don't copy paste things that ChatGPT tells you. Please.
No, because it's great for catchphrases. You can catch.
When it's like, stop me in my tracks. So please don't do that. We want you. We want to hear you. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be you. So please, if you get a script or anything from ChatGPT, then go edit it in your own voice. That's my best advice, man.
That's awesome. That's great advice too. It's coming from a 51-year-old who takes on AI. That's great advice.
Bro, I love it. I started building like apps and stuff, and like, oh, I love AI, dude. Oh,
Nice.
I do. I want to mention one more. I'll have to go like
Do it
10
up. Do it
seconds.
up.
Another one a friend told me about. I'd heard about Notebook LM a couple years ago, where basically you put your website in and it creates an AI podcast of it's a man and a woman's voice talking all about your
Oh yeah,
business.
I've seen this. Yep.
It was pretty cool, but I'm like, it's kind of weird. But now, bro, I put my website, I upload a bunch of knowledge stuff from like presentations I've done. It gives me an AI video, it gives me a slide deck, it gives me it's dude, if you haven't checked out Notebook LM for ideas and content, Notebook
Okay.
LM.
I'm in. I haven't yet. I'm gonna have
Dude,
to.
and I think it's free. I don't know how. Maybe it's connected to something I pay for. I don't know,
that automatic charge every month that really gets
right.
You. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you have a lot going on. So let's talk about goal setting. How do you do goal setting? How do you set that up? How often you check it? What's your system look like?
Yeah, man, I'm going to be totally vulnerable. I'm not good at goal setting. And I think that's important for people to know, because they look at somebody who's been successful and they're like, wow, he must get up at 4 a.m. every day and do the same morning routine and, do his meditations and write in his journal and go to the gym. And, because that's what so many coaches and, they're like, get up, have a morning routine. I've never been good at that, dude. My goals are like when I'm talking to like a business coach, it's always a revenue goal. And I've never honed in on a, I want to be able to take a trip this year. I want to buy this or whatever. But like, I do think mine is more of a manifestation, if you will. Like I had been talking about hiring a crew. I want to hire a crew. I talked to people about it. I was making steps toward that. But it was more of a mindset, like just making myself do it. You have to do this. And then the first time I hired the crew, it was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this 2 years ago?
Nice.
So I'm not a great template for goal setting. And it's
Your
embarrassing to
financial
say, but I'm being vulnerable. Like,
Yeah.
these are the things I love to talk about with other business owners. Like, I'm not good at that, man.
I mean, setting the finances at the beginning of the year really does set the rest of your goals up, because then you have an idea of what you need to do to get to those. I mean, that's goal setting all of itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, for sure.
Before we get to the last question, the last question is about burnout and avoiding burnout. It sounds like you have a team and you got some things going on, but we'll talk about that in a second. But I teased in the beginning that you were an opera singer, and I would be a terrible host if I didn't at least have you talk about what in the heck I was talking about. And then we'll get to the last question.
Okay. Yeah. So I went to college. I'm a classically trained singer. I went to college that ended up, it was opera training.
Nice.
I never ended up doing opera like as a job or anything, but my real goal was I wanted to go to Broadway. That was my dream. I wanted to go to Broadway. Awesome. And so I also went into wrestling college because I'm very passionate about wrestling, and I loved it. My dad was a coach. I wanted to wrestle in college. There was a school very close to my hometown that had an amazing conservatory of music, an amazing music program, and a great wrestling program. So I'm like, this is perfect. I'm very immature. And so I did not do my due diligence, and I got there and we started doing it. And I'm like, wait, there's no dance training. There's no theater. Like, what is this? Is it? And there's like, no, it's classical training. So I got trained as an opera singer, and it's a great foundation to be trained classically. And now I can sing any style of music. And it's an awesome foundation. So then I got a job singing in a professional a cappella group in Atlanta.
That's cool.
I moved down here. We toured for a few years, colleges, corporate events, all that. And then from there, one of the guys in the group worked at a church. He's like, why don't you come sing at my church? And then I got hired by a church and ended up being like the worship leader, video guy for the next like 13 years. So I have classical training, but I never did like opera theater. I'm more like the Broadway kind of stuff.
Nice.
But
I'll tell you what, I without doing my own diligence, you would have been the wrestler Broadway guy. Like, there's no way there's going to be a whole bunch of wrestlers that became the Broadway stars.
No, dude. No, and yeah, and it's cool. My dad is like a National Hall of Fame wrestling coach. He's kind of a big deal in Wisconsin. The first time I came home in 8th grade and I was wrestling, I was playing football. Like, I was a boy's boy, but I was like, Dad, I got a part in the High School Musical. And he's like, what? He's like, farmer, football coach, wrestling coach, whatever. But then I got to say, to his credit, the very first performance, he walked up to the director afterwards. He's like, oh my gosh, thank you. This was amazing. And then he never missed a performance ever again. Like,
what was the first play?
Oh, it was Bye Bye Birdie.
Okay. That's country. That's very like rural. Field
Yeah,
trip.
they were
Yeah.
going for they wanted the high school kids to play the adults in Bye Bye Birdie. So then they opened it to the 8th grade middle school to play the kids in the show.
Got it.
And so I got, because I had, my voice hadn't changed yet, I had a high voice. I got to sing in a quartet, and so I had a little solo that first performance, and my dad was like, "Whoa!" So yeah, it was cool, man. Very cool.
There you go. All right. So I like I said, good hosting. I can't tease it and not follow up on it. So
yeah, man.
Before we give you your 2 minutes of time to talk about the business, the $1 million question, because you have so many things going on. You got the teams, you got the videos, you got all this stuff. How do you avoid burnout? What kind of things do you do? What do you have for to keep yourself balanced?
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, growing up in Wisconsin, working on farms, you know, doing like manual labor, wrestling through college, I have an insane work ethic. And I'm not saying that to like brag. It's just as I've gotten older, I've realized not everybody's wired like this. And so I would work from sun up to sundown if I could. And I have to, again, it's that word intentionally set time aside, be like, I'm done at 5 o'clock today. Like I've got, my kids are 13, 10, and 7. Like it's very important for me to be present.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, when they're here or they get home around 3, 4 o'clock, I try to knock off at 5 and leave the evenings open. I try not to work on the weekends. Like I really try to set boundaries. But like today, they left for school at 7:30. I came right in my office by 8 o'clock and started working. But I feel like it's going to sound ironic because I said I could work sun up to sundown, but I'm also a very anti-hustle mentality kind of guy. I'm not you have to work 100 hours to be successful. You got to grind. You got to just put in the work. And I don't believe in that. I believe in doing good work and serving people. And I try to have the fewest number of clients and make the most amount of money, or work the fewest hours and make the most amount of money. Because as I've gotten older and as you become a dad and a husband, you realize just how important time is and how critical time is, and you never get it back. So I really try to be intentional with having office hours and working hours and not working on weekends and knocking off by 5 o'clock. And I mean, there's a lot of days toward the end of the week, it's like 2:30. I'm like, I'm just done for the day, So yeah, I think being intentional with your time and boundaries with time is going to save you from burning out.
Makes sense. And it's clear that you're passionate about what you're doing too. That helps.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I love telling these stories and I love helping people. So when I'm helping the local chiropractor get 10 new clients, it's like, it's not to be self-centered, but it's so rewarding. I helped them do that. I like to see people win. So yeah, I'm super passionate about it. So yeah, so it's hard to not work because I love doing it.
Exactly. That's the feeling I get. The feeling that you just kind of stumbled into something you love to do, and it's become very passionate for you. And so you don't mind putting the time in because you get to be creative and you get to help others, and it's checking all the boxes for you.
Yep.
That's the feeling I get from our interview.
Yeah, exactly, man. I don't know. Yeah. And like you said, I just fell into it. I never planned on being a business owner, never planned on being an entrepreneur. Had to figure it out as I went at 45 years old.
Nice. All right. So as always, we're gonna have you do the outro. Let's do a little talk about your business. I think people have a really good idea of what you're doing, but in your own words, and then where they can get a hold of you to pick your brain about videos, or maybe set up an appointment to do some videos for their business.
Yeah, cool. And what I have 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah.
So I own Focus Films. We're a video. I call it a video marketing agency because yes, we're a video production company, but what we do is we help people use video in marketing. We're not a marketing agency. We're not going to run Facebook ads, but there's a very specific way to utilize video in marketing. And a lot of chief marketing officers, marketing directors don't really understand that. So we create video assets for marketing that help our clients make money. I'm very big on the neuroscience and how the brain works and how messaging works and being authentic to make sure that there's an impact from the video assets. Meaning we don't just make flashy reels and like, wow, that's a really cool transition, or like really hype music. And like, that doesn't move the needle. What moves the needle is stories and being authentic and where you put it. Is this a YouTube video? Is this on the website? Is this a short form reel that's going to disappear in 2 weeks? Like there's content and there's assets. So we're almost like a consulting firm, I guess, with how to use video in marketing, but really big on storytelling, really needing authenticity. We don't do scripts and teleprompters. Like basically we don't make commercials. We want to hear from the real person, from their heart. Really good at getting people comfortable on camera. They watch the first draft of a video and they're like, to a person is always like, how did you make me look so good? And it's just it's how we ask the questions, how we make them comfortable, how we get them to speak, and then the editing to, cut out all the spaces and whatever. But yeah, it's just video marketing strategy. And we help our clients implement the videos into their marketing. And there's all different kinds of videos, brand stories, testimonials, process videos, FAQs. Like there's different types of videos that serve different purposes. It's funny, a lot of marketing people don't understand that either. So we just want to help video marketing assets, not just social media content. And we're all about the storytelling and being authentic. And then the best place to reach me is LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn all the time. It's Graham Kuhn, Kuhn, or Focus Films is the name of my company. So you can go to that page and on LinkedIn and find me there, or the website is focusfilms.com. Paid a lot of money for that domain, but it's been great. But yeah, mainly
goes right. It should definitely go to, because you have a great video about yourself and talk about the business in there. I highly recommend all the audience go check it out.
Thanks, man. Yeah. I wanted Focus Films, and I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody owns it. So I wheeled and dealed, and I got it. But yeah, website and LinkedIn are the main ways to contact me.
All right, awesome. I appreciate your help today. To our audience that are thinking about doing video, and I'm sure you have tons of examples they can follow, and hopefully they set up a time to chat with you as well. So we appreciate your time and your expertise today, and good luck with the business. It seems like you're having so much fun. I hope that continues.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And we do it virtually or in person.
Awesome.